Hello, John Hobbs here, born and raised Floridian, now residing in Tampa Bay area, and my full-time job is founder and CEO of Athletes Performance Gear, here on out called APG. My invention is a water bottle system for people that run or walk for fitness. This water bottle system envelops your hand, so you don't really have to hold it. Notice that my hand is open, takes very little effort to hold. When you get thirsty, you hit this trigger, a valve opens in the bottle, and you drink. It is that simple, that easy. Just to give you a little preview, there is a valve in here that you are opening. Now, this design allows them to be sold and used in sets, one in each hand at the same time. Why is that important? Because everything when it comes to your body should be balanced. And if you're carrying just a single water bottle or just something in your hand when you're running or walking for fitness, you may be hurting yourself. This is a balance system, so it works with you. So when you're cruising along, you have balance. Both sides of your body's being worked. But now, these bottles are really cool because you can add things. You can add weight. That's right, weights. So you get that little extra workout if that's what you're after. You can also add a flashlight with strobe so you can see and be seen at night for safety. Bluetooth speakers, so if you want to jam down the road, you can. It's that simple, that easy. The best thing though is the stun gun for personal safety, because there's a lot of petite women out there that need a little extra protection, and that stun gun is exactly what they need to get an attacker up off them. Now, for those people that like carrying a cell phone, it's not quite as bad as carrying a water bottle, but a cell phone by itself is actually a hydration hindrance. Why? Because no matter what system you're using, unless you're using mine, it's hard to get to the water, whether it's the belt type or, if it's the belt type or the water bottle system you hold. Why? Because it requires another hand to hold. But if you want to carry your cell phone, you can, and just use one bottle and still stay hydrated. And it evens it out some. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it's better than the total imbalance that you'll start with just with a cell phone itself. So it is better because you stay hydrated. When you stay hydrated, what happens? You can keep your speeds up for longer. You recover quicker. You feel better during and after your workout. You cramp less. And get this, you reach your fitness and weight loss goals faster. Why? Because you feel better the next day and you're more willing to get out and do another workout, as opposed to if you become dehydrated and slows you down and you're more sore, making you, and you're hitting the wall while you're out there working out, making you less likely to want to go. Now, my biggest challenge in business is, first of all, getting people to understand this bottle is not like anything they ever had. When I put this bottle in people's hand, I get all types of reaction. Wow, that's the most common one. Another one is, I love these. That's very common too. Another one is, you don't even feel like you're holding a bottle. These are genius, because they are very cool. The thing is, and until a person touches them, is the hard point, okay? The hardest point is they have to imagine something in their head that they've never experienced. How can you think that you've had a water bottle in your hand all your life from the time you're a baby? How can you think there's a water bottle on the market that's different, that's a different reality than you already have in your head? You can't, okay? And I don't expect it. No matter what the words are, until you touch it, you don't get the wow. So the biggest barrier is getting it out there in such a way that I can open up all the distribution channels. The biggest thing is how do we get it out to the masses? How do we get it into the people's hands that need to get it in their hands so they can finally touch it? How do we get that exposure? Well, it's simple. We work with TVA Media Group and do a campaign that reaches 197 million people over 9 months. Now, that's 110 million people via 25,000 plus commercials, There's 50 million people being via magazines and newspaper, 30 million people digital media, 6 million radio, 1 million airline. So what does that exposure do? First of all, it opens up distribution channels because there's so much exposure, people start getting it, although you still don't get it till you touch the bottle. But that will open up the distribution channels, especially where it's most vital, into the areas, the stores and the expos, so people can actually feel and touch the bottles. Because when they feel and touch, they buy. It's that simple. When they feel and touch, if they're looking for a water bottle system, they buy. And they buy over the competition. So that's my biggest challenge, is how do I get out there without marketing capital? Pretty hard, and it's a lot slower process. Because with my plan and the marketing plan as it is, we should be able to sell roughly 200,000 sets of containers. That's via the 9 months. Okay, that's roughly $8 million worth of product. And there's a huge profit in there. We won't get into all the boring numbers. But the ROI is great. Now, when I first started this, most of my friends thought I was crazy and didn't stand a chance. First of all, I had no experience. Didn't work in sales. I didn't work in manufacturing. Didn't do any of that. I was a gardener. And actually, I'm a pretty good gardener. If you have a problem with a plant, I know how to fix it if it's in South Florida. That being said, I knew it was a good idea, and I knew that I could develop it. But then here comes the shortcoming. I was not explaining the product well at all. And to boot, when I finally did have even a rough prototype, I would show it. The person would be right here, right? So I would show it, and I'd be talking about how cool it is and all this and all the little features. But I would not put it in their hands. I'm probably fear because I didn't want to hear what they may have said or whatever. I don't have that problem anymore. So a lot of my friends and acquaintances thought I was crazy. Many now are cheering me on, knowing that I have a very cool product, very beneficial, that will help people achieve their fitness and weight loss goals faster because they stay properly hydrated so they can keep their paces up, their endurance builds faster, they feel better during and after their workout, they recover faster, they cramp less, so they're more likely to work out more often so they reach their goals. It's that simple. And hydration in any form will do that for somebody. The problem is there's no simple, easy way to do that except the ultimate hydration aid by Athletes Performance Gear. I've done things people just dream about. I took an idea from my head, that's right, from my head that popped in it fully formed, made it first rough prototypes, then from that point I took it to engineers. Keep in mind, I had no experience. I'm just thinking, how do you do this? And I figured out the steps along the way with no mentors. By the way, cost me extra doing it that way. I don't suggest it, especially if you find somebody honest that can help you and walk you through the process. But don't expect it for free, because people's time are worth money. If they're helping you, they can't be helping someone else making money. So, and you have to realize most inventors quit. So don't expect somebody just to hop in and help you, especially in the early stages, and get nothing. You'll have little help here and there, but you can't expect a lot of time from a lot of people. And so you have to take it on yourself to do it. And that's what I did. I took it on myself. I built the idea from scratch. I wrote my plan from scratch. I did a marketing plan from scratch. None of this stuff that I had experience with. And it's all viable. Every bit of it's viable. So why am I so cool, and what makes me so special? Because I was able to do it, and now I have product on the market, and all we're missing is the marketing capital push. And with that, we are going to be a global company, because Nike started with a tennis shoe, Adidas started with a cleat, APG is starting with a water bottle. is John Hobbs.